Hello everyone. Today we'll do the subject EVS 1 of grade 5th and the chapter number 18 is the environment and us. What is environment? Environment means the place where we are living. All the living things and non-living things, they stay in that place is known as environment. And us have to include living and non-living components both. So let us start with the introduction. The first point of introduction is interrelationship. Interrelationship means the relation between living and non-living components. Living thing means the thing which is alive. For example, animals, plants, human beings, etc. And non-living components means the thing which is not alive. For example, air, water, land, sun, house, etc. Next point is balance is disturbed. Because of this interrelationship or increasing population, it so disturb the balance of environment. Our environment will imbalance. Next point, growth in human population. So the first point is increasing population. Day by day, our human population continuously increasing, and at present the population of India is 1388456735. It means 1,038,84,56,735. This is the actual population of India at present. Next is use new technology. Because of this increasing population, people are using new technology, and by using more and more this technology, it will also harm or it will also decrease the level of water and land. The next point is deforestation. What is the meaning of deforestation? Deforestation means cutting of the forest where there were no trees, plants and forests. So let us see needs and population. Due to increasing of population, the needs of men are ever rising. For example, industries, housing, forest, railway stations, buildings. These things are cutting down because of the increasing in population and also increasing in needs of human beings. Next is reclaiming of land by filling low-lying areas and marshy spaces. What is the meaning of reclaiming? Reclaiming means recover. So the population is rising. So what the government is doing? Government recover the places by filling that low-lying areas and marshy spaces. Marshy means muddy area. So they are shifting the population in different places so the human beings can survive. Next point is resulting in reduction of forest. Due to increasing population, they cut the forest and they started to construct a building for human beings. Shelters of animals are destroyed for human beings, and because of human beings, because they are not having place to stay. So what government are planning and what other peoples are doing? They cut down the forest, they destroy the settlement of animals, and they build or they construct build other facilities for human beings. So this will also the major cause for living things, that they destroy the shelter of animals and they construct settlement for human beings. So this will also imbalance of environment. The next point is pollution. So there are different types of pollution. Water pollution, air pollution, noise pollution, soil pollution, etc. So what are the impact of that pollution towards human beings? Let us discuss. Waste water let out in fresh water without a proper processing, it will cause pollution. It will cause water pollution. If the water is soaked into the soil, it also makes soil infertile. Now the first point of pollution is water pollution. Water pollution means the wastewater from factories, chemical fertilizer or farming area, that is agriculture, is all leads to water pollution, and such water may also cause the aquatic life as like fishes, crocodiles, crabs, etc. So we should be very careful that while throwing any waste into the river or any other water, that it should not be harm to other aquatic animals, and this also leads water pollution. For this reason, our surrounding soil is also polluted. Now the next point, pollution due to agriculture. Agriculture means farming. Because of farming, there is also a pollution. Let us see. So in modern agriculture, we are using chemical fertilizer and pesticide for growing more and more agriculture very rapidly. So because of this, pesticides or chemical fertilizer, afterwards they thrown into the, or they flow into the river. So this also threaten to aquatic animal, as well as soil pollution also increase. So we have to use organic material for growing agriculture or growing any crop. So this will decrease the pollution. Now the next point is effects of pollution. What are the effects of pollution on our environment? So all types of pollution are very much dangerous to plants and animals. So we have to be very careful that we should not harm other living things. Also the number of things are decreased and extinct too. The meaning of extinct is ended. Because of this population, our animals, environment, plants, they are going to extinct. They are going to the level of end. The next point is air pollution. Air pollution, the very basic pollution for disturbing our environment. Because we are using large quantities of fossil fuels, petrol, diesel, all things are mixed with the air and they cause air pollution. The smoke of vehicles is also a major problem for air pollution. Burning of fossil fuels in a very large quantities, it also produced carbon dioxide, and we also cut down the trees. So how the carbon dioxide absorbed? Because there were no trees. So this may cause in large quantity of air pollution because we are not absorbing carbon dioxide. So that carbon dioxide is spreading in our environment, and it also raises the temperature of our environment, and this leads to major problem of environment imbalance. As a result, this carbon dioxide and other poisonous gases or smoke together make a mixture, and it may cause a severe pollution in our environment, that is air pollution. So we have to be very careful or conserve our environment from this pollution. Now the next point is human intervention. Intervention means discoveries, human discoveries, human inventions. What are the inventions have done by human beings? So let us see. Natural processes disturbed. Because of human inventions, all the natural processes, the natural things, that is disturbed in our environment. See, in ancient times, people mostly used only natural things. But nowadays, we are mostly using things of technology. So because of this reason, our environment, our natural environment are disturbed. Next, abiotic components polluted. Abiotic components means like air, water, land. So these all things are polluted because nowadays we are not having a proper fresh air or a proper fresh water. So because of human intervention, it also causes abiotic components. Global warming rising because of the pollution. The rising of pollution, water pollution, air pollution, noise pollution, or the other natural calamities, Because of this all reason, global warming rises. Next, plants and animals extinct. Because of the reason of pollution, plants and animals are also extinct. Extinct means ended. They come to the end. Nowadays, we are not having a proper amount of trees and all, that is natural. Now, people are growing trees, but by using other technology. We are not having natural trees also. So, trees and animals are also ended up, that is extinct. Environmental balance are lost. So, this all reason our environmental balance are lost, is imbalance. Links of food chain lost. For example, plants prepare their food by sunlight. Okay, next, leaves are comes on plants, and that leaves nibbled by caterpillar. That caterpillar eaten by sparrow. This is known as a link of food chain. So because of environmental imbalance, this food chain is also lost. Next, entire world affected. The entire world, not only India or not only our society, the entire world are affected by this pollution, by this environmental imbalance. And not only living thing, non-living thing are also cause this environmental imbalance. The next point is the need to maintain environmental balance. It is very much necessary to maintain our environmental balance, because if now also we are not caring our environment, so our future generation will also suffer from this problem. So we have to take care or maintain our environmental balance. So let us discuss the point. First point, abiotic components are degraded to a great extent. Abiotic components means non-living component, that is air, water, land. So these all things are degraded. Degraded means end up decreasing. So we have to be very careful and conserve these all things. Next, threatens living beings. Living beings are also in danger. Living beings, not only human beings, animals' life, trees' life, aquatic animals' life are also in danger. So we have to take care that, give them a proper environment. Next, living thing on the earth are becoming extinct very rapidly. Whichever the living thing that present on the earth, extinct means ended. So that living thing are becoming ended very rapidly. For example, Indian cheetah is now extinct. The population of Indian cheetah is extinct. Next, our needs and environment are resolution. Our needs means we are human beings, we have many needs and we have to fulfill our needs. So that needs the environment. Our needs and our environment. We have to see both the things and our resolution. Resolution means we have to take a pledge and we have to do that thing for conserving our environment. See here. In order to conserve and protect our environment, we have to protect and conserve our environment. So we should not take any action that will cause pollution. We should not do that thing which cause pollution. We have to be pollution-free environment. Next, we should make efforts to conserve the living world. We should give a proper guidance. We should do that thing which conserve our living world, which conserve our plants, which conserve our animals and which conserve our environment. We should not stock up things that may cause degradation of environment. We should not do that thing which causes harm to our environment. Next, we should use our means frugally and recycle the used articles. Means the thing which is very much important to us, we have to use that thing only, and afterwards just recycle that thing that we can use again and again. Next, measures by each person. Mission to save environment. Each and every individual have their duties to conserve, to protect our environment, and we have to take a pledge that this is our mission to make our environment balanced, pollution free, no global warming. We have to conserve our environment for our future. So this is the responsibility each and every individual of living things. Next, global efforts for protection of the environment. What are the global effects? Global effect means all around the world. Not only India, not only foreign countries, not only a village. Global means full earth, that is full universe. So what are the global effects for protection of the environment? What are their effects for protecting our environment? What are the efforts from global for protection our environment from pollution, degradation and other harmful things? So the first point is awareness and several projects implemented. First of all, it is our responsibility to make them aware about our environment. So, awareness is much important, and several projects. We have to start different projects which give information to other people that this is good thing or this is bad thing for our environment. So we have to start several projects and we have to implement our things, our schemes related to environment. We have to implement this all things. Next, many countries enacting laws to prevent pollution. There are many international countries because I already told you that global efforts means not only India, the other countries, they also giving their support to implement our environment. Many other countries, they enacting laws to prevent pollution from our environment, air, water and soil. So, man is also a part of nature. If there will be harm to our nature, so man is also affected by this problem. So it is our responsibility to conserve our environment, to give a pollution free environment, to maintain balance in our environment for us and for our future generation also. Now the next point is efforts to maintain biodiversity. So there are many efforts are now being taken up to conserve and protect the biodiversity of the earth. So there are many measures that we are taken for conserving our environment. The first point is biodiversity parks. So biodiversity park is an area which is reserved for the purpose of protecting and conserving the biodiversity of that region. Means it is the place which reserved for or conserving or protecting the region that is biodiversity. Next is national parks. These are the areas used for protection and conservation of wildlife. In national park, we are conserving or protecting the wildlife. Example, Kaziranga and Tadoba National Parks. Sanctuaries, forest areas reserved for protection and conservation of a particular animal or plant is called a sanctuary. In sanctuary, they protect or conserve forest area of any particular animal, not all animal or not all plants. Only a particular animal or particular plant they conserve or protect. Example, Radhanagari Sanctuary. Migrations. Migration means move from one place to another place. When the animals move either temporarily or permanently from one place to another for feeding or breeding, it is called a migration. Means for feeding, for eating or for breeding. So the animals move from one place to another place is called migration. Now efforts in Maharashtra. What are the efforts taken in Maharashtra for conserving or for balancing the environment? So let us see. By building a dam on the Chand river in Satara district, Mayani Lake was formed. They make Mayani Lake. Flamingos from Siberia migrate to build nest and lay eggs on this lake. Flamingo is a kind of a bird. They lay their eggs in Mayani Lake. This lake has been declared as a sanctuary for birds. So in this lake they are the sanctuary for birds. Next point. At Nannaj in Solapur district there is the biggest Maldhog. Maldhog means Great Indian Bustard sanctuary in Asia. These birds of grasslands feed on insects and thus protect crops. They are thus friends of the farmer. Great Indian Bustard is also known as friends of the farmers. Maharashtra state has declared Nannaj as a sanctuary for the Great Indian Bustard. Third point. Village Morachi, Chincholi near Pune is well known for its peacock populations. In this village, we can easily see peacock. The tamarind trees are a favorable environment for peacocks. This village is now a sanctuary for the peafowl. That peafowl means there are living more peacocks. Next, Deorai. Deorai is also known as Sacred Groves. Sacred Grove or Deorai is the reserved jungle for God. Due to such beliefs, people do not cut a tree or a plant from Deorai because it is reserved for God. So their people believe that they should not cut the trees and they should not harm the plants also. Shranavanas. Sacred groves from Madhya Pradesh are called Shranavanas. These are called the sanctuaries of ancient time because it is very old. So children, today we have learnt interrelationship between living and non-living components. Different kinds of plants, animals are found in different regions. Balance between the cycles of the various gases in the atmosphere and food chains has been maintained for thousands of years. Then pollution of water is a threat to aquatic plants and animals. Next, we shall all have to make efforts to stop the degradation of the environmental balance caused by human interventions. And information about Devrais, biodiversity parks, national parks and sanctuaries are created for the conservation of plants and animals. So, we have to understand that environment is very much important for us. We have to take care, conserve and protect our environment.